Hello and welcome. We are H4G Games. We're going to be rocking a game that Dave Perfect 10 Perazzo suggested, as a matter of fact.
Yes, one of my favorites. It's Crypt of the NecroDancer.
And it is a rhythmic roguelike with some zombies, and it was actually only called Crypt of the NecroDancer because the development team's bid to obtain the license to Michael Jackson's Thriller failed.
Very true. Very true. Cheers
I hear
to
the same
that.
thing happened with Skullgirls.
Yeah.
And Moonwalker.
Yeah, they wanted to call that Moonwalker. Yeah.
Now, what did we think about the gameplay mechanics? What did we think? How do we like it? What is it?
That was terrible. It's a tough sell for me because I'm not that much of a roguelike player, but the controls are so deceptively simple. You move up, you move down, you move left, you move right, you move east, you move west, you've got some combos here and there, but ultimately it's, you move. That's all you do. You move to the rhythm.
And you
So what you're
fight
saying
as you
is,
go.
And you fight as you go. Your weapons determine your range, your area of effect, your shape of effect.
Everything's automatic in terms of your fighting too. So it's like if I'm in front of something, I'm just automatically going to attack. But like Richie said, it changes based on what you have, and you have sub items.
So the different weapons in this game definitely have a big impact on your gameplay. You start off with just a little dagger that you can only attack people next to you. The sword John picked up lets you attack 2 spaces.
Oh, that's a pretty good weapon.
Yeah, although you don't quite have enough for it. Oh, maybe
Until
you
you
do
use it.
now.
You forget that the walls are made of money.
Well, the gold walls certainly are.
Remember, Tony, there's always money in the banana stand.
You have to move with the rhythm of the song, so you have to have a good sense of rhythm. If you're like me and you just don't have a good sense of rhythm because you're just horribly white, and you just can't help it because that's the way you were born.
We're all horribly white.
Yes, but I'm worse than all of you guys for some reason. And then there's the one guy that you
Tumblr hates him. One weird trick.
horrible
Click
sister.
here.
But you know, there's even a character that you don't have to rely on the rhythm of the song
Because
to
he
go along.
is the rhythm.
He is the rhythm. He is the rhyme. All of those things.
Come on,
So
everybody, it's bobsled time.
you go along with the rhythm. You fight with the rhythm, and all the enemies have different patterns and such. Right?
Yeah, and it definitely, as levels go on, just gets so chaotic that even if you do know the enemies' movement patterns, there's so many of them that there's no way you can, you just have to go with it, and you're gonna die.
You're gonna die. Coming from Perfect 10,
Yeah.
you're gonna die. So you're kind of thinking about the beat and when to move. You're kind of thinking about how to move.
But we are humans, so tool assists are highly encouraged.
And it is basically a dungeon crawler as well, so it kind of auto-populates itself every time. It's a little bit different every time.
God.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, by the way, this game's actually quite
It
hard.
is quite hard.
It's like when somebody explains the game to you, you think, oh, okay, this will be easy. And no, you just get your ass
It's not,
handed to
yeah.
you.
Oh, man. Rich, you want to try that again?
It's like really fast-paced chess.
Yeah. So another great thing about gameplay is there's actually a lot of replayability due to the multiple different characters.
Yes.
They all play very differently, have a different skill to them. It almost sort of acts as like a difficulty level. Since that's not in there, you can play sort of the easy mode that, you don't have to play with the rhythm.
That's right.
Feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme.
Yeah, and each one of those characters have their own separate story, which is fun, but it's not a huge element. I'm gonna rock
She's gonna shred it.
Zone 2.
How long do we think they'll last?
Not long.
Okay, so she's attacking just by standing next to somebody. If you land next to them, you hurt them.
Oh boy.
Dragon.
I don't have.
Yeah.
Why didn't you move up?
Because I was kind of paying attention to I was looking at my money to see if I had enough to buy that, and you're like, oh, a dragon. I'm like,
While
what?
a dragon was shooting
And then
you,
The dragon happened like 10 seconds before you could see any.
Okay. I'm bad at the game. Okay, we get it. Tony's got no rhythm. I suck. Are these characters DLC characters, or are they just unlockable?
No, these are all unlockable.
Yeah.
You usually have to get to a certain level or do some sort of accomplishment to unlock them.
Bard mode. No
No.
beats. Move at any time. Enemies move
That's
after you.
Tony
So this
mode.
is
Yeah, that's Tony mode.
very,
Let's do Tony.
Oh, that guy's hard, Eli.
All right, so we're doing the pacifist now.
Yes.
Everything's open and unlocked, but you can't get touched because you can't hurt anyone. because you're pacifist.
Yeah.
He's a virgin.
At least level 1 is pretty easy about this.
Oh, can you actually
What?
like stun them?
You can stun them, but you can't kill them. Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So did you guys enjoy the gameplay? What did you think about it?
Yeah, I definitely enjoy it. I like to, I keep playing it. I lose. I play again another 10 minutes.
It brings you back
It
every
sucks
time.
me in more and more.
Yeah, and hence kind of the dungeon crawler nature to it is kind of
Yeah.
always going to be a little bit different, which I didn't like as a kid, but as I grow up, I kind of appreciate it a little bit more, having a new
Yeah.
experience every time.
Now that you're no longer a filthy scrub.
That's right, just a cis male over here. So the graphics and presentation, this is very much the spirit of an indie title here. It's all like sort of pixel graphics, kind of what you would expect from your truly a stereotypical indie game. But what do we think about the graphics? Did they serve the gameplay well? Like, how did it all work?
They serve the gameplay well. You're aware of what every enemy is, and there are certain animations that clue you into what's about to happen. But it's not like I can become the unicorn.
Right. So he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow.
I'm sorry, everyone. Every single one of you.
You've been getting a lot of these lately.
It's got a great 8-bit style, very colorful. The background effects change with the music.
And that definitely helps people like me, who it's like, oh, it's changing. I should be moving along.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily an instantly recognizable style. It looks 8-bit, but all of the enemies have distinctive movement, looks. You can tell them apart. You can kind of tell what they're doing based on their animations. At least that's what I'm implying based on what you guys were telling me. I never quite got to the point where I was like, oh yeah, the zombie's arms are doing this,
Yeah,
so
they
I
kinda
know.
dance a little bit sometimes, yeah.
The skeleton's hands up, they're about to attack. The golem hands down, he's gonna attack. The dragon is just going to rape you either
My
way.
hand here, I'm about to erect. It's
Vinegar stroke.
It's all very subtle.
Music, obviously a huge part of this game. It determines your movement. It determines pretty much how the graphics and colors change within the level. What did you think about the default music? Was it jamming?
I did enjoy the music. It had a clear beat, so you knew what you were doing, but there were some memorable tunes as well, and I thought that the way it progressed as you moved through the zones was just...
I also like that you could add your own music.
Yeah.
Adds a little bit of replayability in addition to having additional characters you can unlock.
Yeah, that way you can play with the Wu-Tang.
And play with the Wu-Tang, of course.
Oh my god!
Or your...
What have we forgotten to do?
Right on the testicles.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and see if we can go into our options here for custom music, level 1. Custom music, H4G theme. Processing, please wait.
Do you ever think that this game is sexist against men? I just mean there are competent women in this game, and that's not very masculine.
Did I just get to Tumblr?
So what do we think about this game overall? How would we rate it?
I would say that my ultimate rating would probably be somewhere in the 8 to 9 range.
Okay.
It's clearly got the mechanics to be enticing. I'm usually not that much of a procedurally generated guy. I'm not much of a rogueliker because... But at the same time, this game doesn't feel as bad as most roguelikes, where it's just like, oh great, I've been doing a really great job in this game and I just rolled the shittiest dice of all time, so back to the start I go. It seems like there's a little bit more of a rationale under the surface here.
I would probably give it an 8. And the reason being is I think everything works very, very well. And I think that the different characters kind of subdue some of the repetitiveness, but I do think overall the game is the game, and I do think after some time it would get a little bit repetitive, at least for me.
Is the game the game though, Tony?
The game is the game. The game, it is what it is. Like, it's not going to become anything else. I think that it was cool, but I think I would get a little bit bored playing in long periods of time.
Ooh, either a 9 or a 10. I really enjoyed this game. I thought it was genuinely solid, stiff package. fun right out of the box. There wasn't any like weird heavy-handed shit, like, you know, just, I don't know, weird emo story. No, it's just a fun game.
It made its statement by having a female protagonist, and that was enough, goddammit.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. No.
Yeah, I'd give it a 9. I've been playing it since it was in early access. It's definitely come along. It's a great game. A lot of replayability, and I'm definitely a roguelike type of guy, so I like unlocking stuff every time I play.
Thank you very much for watching. Join us on the social medias.
Sip, sip, sip.
I won't be there, but they will.
Sip.
Thanks for watching. If you want to see more H4G Game Reviews, don't forget to subscribe to see new episodes every week. And for those interested, we have just started a brand new Patreon page. Definitely check it out. We're working on some great perks and rewards for you guys. Links are in the description below.